What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. Today, JYP debuted their new girl group, Nmixx. We did watch the album preview. Very interesting. I kind of have a feeling what we're in for, but obviously we won't know until we get into this. So we're going to check out the MV for, I believe it's Double O. You guys let me know how that is actually an iteration of. We were talking about it in Discord last night, and that looks like a face, like two eyes, so I'm just gonna go with Double O. And then Tank. I actually thought Tank was the title track, but apparently it's this song. So all right, let's check this out and let's see what it's about. Okay. Whoa. Oh shit. Powerful? Very powerful. Oof, she is so beautiful. So is this section. Okay. Baila, baila, baila. Okay, that's the vocal line we heard. Okay, we're going to pause here because I have a feeling we're going to go into something totally new. Okay, so far, very, very powerful. They've got them almost in like a yelling register. It's all for effect. I'm trying to read the lyrics, but obviously there's so many cool things going on visually, and they are all visuals. They all sound great so far, so let's see where this leads. We're just breaking down doors now, so let's go back a little bit and let this vibe in. Oh shit. Rock section. Ooh. Very 60s? 70s? It's a really cool section. That was cool. Another instrumental. Okay, before they go back into this. Okay, yeah, I feel like we've heard 4 different songs by now. That's nothing new for K-pop. They do it all the time, but this feels very deliberate, right? Like they're not really trying to blend these pieces together. They're meant to stand apart and to kind of clash into each other, smash into each other for effect. And yeah, so far, all the vocals are pretty much processed the way we've talked about in some Girls' Generation songs, where everything is maxed out. Like they're limited. They're brought up to the highest peak. There's not a lot of hills and valleys in that signal. They're maxed out, which gives it that yelling effect. And in the performance as well, it's a little bit of a yell type of tone as well. So it's all meant for that power. Let's see how we close this out. But yeah, the rock section was really, really cool. I would love to hear a whole song out of that, to be honest with you. And the budget in this music video is crazy. Whoa. Interesting choreo. Also meant for that power factor. And shock value. Yeah, meant for the wow factor. Okay. Let's let this finish out and we'll talk about it and then we'll move on to Tank. Whoa. Pick and mix. That's where it came from. Nmixx. Pick and mix. Okay, alright. It sounds like it's going to be another one of those. Alright, so before we get into this one, let's talk about the first song. Okay, so it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. All over the place. All the sections themselves are really cool, but it's another one of those songs, like I've heard before, where I just wish each one of those sections was an actual, complete song as opposed to putting them together. But that is the whole point of this style of music. To me, it almost feels like a subgenre or another part of K-pop. So it's really interesting. I don't know if it's my thing, but let's give the second song a shot and then we'll go deeper into it. So, all right, so this song is called Tank. Let's go. And I thought this was the title track, and I think this is the Freaky Fishy one, right? Okay, we're gonna Beastie Boys it out. Big old bass. Okay, cool. We're going to pause here before, I guess we're going to go into the pre-chorus. Or maybe the hook. Something that's really cool about this, the bass is very big, very bulbous, very bouncy. And the tone that they're in, unlike the previous one, it doesn't seem as high. It seems like they're in that more of that mid-range area. And it's really, really nice. That bass is very big, though. Let's go back a little bit and let it vibe in. Cool harmonies. Okay, before we get to I think they're going to the fishy part. Well, something interesting about that pre-chorus is the guitar in the background. Like, it's almost like a ghost guitar back there. It would be perfectly well suited up front or right underneath the voices, but they put it way back, and it gives it a cool effect. Like I said, it feels like a ghost guitar back there. Let's let this hear that again, and then we'll vibe into the chorus. Back there. It might actually be a bass. Ooh, I like the ad-lib. I don't know what the freaky fishy thing is about. Interesting piano tone. That snare. That snare's really distorted. It's either really distorted or it's mixed in with that tambourine to make it, to give it that effect. It doesn't have a real big snap, but you can feel that snare when it hits. Very, very strong. Let's go back. Yeah, I think it's mixed with the tambourine. There's a lot of interesting sounds in this, instrumentally. And I really want to know what the freaky fishy thing is about. And there's the psychedelic section we heard, which is very beautiful and reminds me of Heart. It's very interesting. How much time left? 20 seconds? They could have 2 more sections in 20 seconds. That is a very cool tone. The Life is One or The Life is Wonder? Okay. Very interesting. Some cool things in it. I really want to know what the freaky fishy thing is about, but I'm assuming it's to do with their lore. Okay, thoughts on the whole thing. The reason why we check this out is because I love JYP. They house some of my favorite groups in K-pop, and one of my ults, which is ITZY, right? And this is the first girl group they're releasing since ITZY, so we needed to check them out. Now, given the preview that we heard, and now hearing the songs themselves, I can comfortably say, like, I'm not part of this demographic. I'm not part of their target audience, right? This is geared towards a specific audience that's obviously out there, judging from the views, right? I'm just not a part of it. It's doing what K-pop has always done, at least what we've explored so far, which is to put a lot of different pieces together that you didn't think would go together, right? Like Blackpink, for instance, who got me into K-pop, going from a ballady type thing to a hip-hop thing to an Arabic rap type of thing, all of a sudden into an EDM outro, right? Like all those things blended in together. But there was cohesion, right, in a lot of what we've heard so far. This feels the opposite, and I think it's done by design. This feels like many different sections slammed together on purpose for effect. And now that I saw that pick and mix, it makes sense if that's the concept, like a mixing of the, I don't know, it feels like it's an artistic thing too, not just a concept thing for the girls themselves. But the girls are very powerful. I would love to hear them in a different register, because at least in the second song we got to hear a little bit more, but in Double O it was a really big, just yelling type of performance. But overall, I'm kind of indifferent to it, to be honest with you. I don't hate it and I don't love it. It's just kind of like, it's not geared towards me, right? Like, I'm a very basic type of person when it comes to music. Get a couple of melodies, sections, put them together, repeat them, add a cool bridge that either elevates the story or kind of fights against it, and then repeat one of those intro melodies again, and you're out. You got a pop song. You got a regular, you just got a song. This, though, feels more like it's geared towards, I don't know, it feels like, even more so than any other K-pop I've heard, it's really fighting for your attention about every 25 seconds. And I personally don't have a problem. The K-pop that we've heard so far has been perfectly amazing enough to keep my attention for 3 minutes, right? It's been perfectly solid. This feels like it's just stepping it up a notch for a demographic that's out there, and I think it probably says a lot about the audience out there, about the society out there, that a 3-minute pop song, that 3-minute formula isn't enough for some people. Like they need to now be entertained and wowed every 30 seconds to keep their attention, and I just don't have that. I don't have that issue. Like I've been very entertained by the K-pop that we've heard so far. But the girls sounded great. They really pulled off the concept itself, like the choreo and everything. They obviously don't look like a debut group. Very powerful, and they did very well. And I wish them very well, and JYP too. And I'm not gonna write them off. Like, these 2 tracks may not be my vibe, right? They may not be meant for me, but doesn't mean I'm going to put them in a box and not check out the next things they release, because who knows, they may release something that I really do vibe with, right? And they'll get the same treatment that every other K-pop artist that's made it on this channel or not made it on this channel gets, which is I'm going to react to it. If I vibe with it, it ends up on the channel. If I don't vibe with it, it doesn't. But at least now I know if I'm ever in the mood to like speed run 3 songs in 3 minutes, I have the perfect song in Double O. That's very interesting. I'm gonna go back and listen to it again. I'll add these to playlists just to see if they do end up resonating. But as of right now, like I said, I'm indifferent. It's kind of like I can't speak to something, you know, a new jazz artist that comes out. If I'm not a jazzy type of person, which I'm not, I can acknowledge that it's well done, but it's not my thing. So what can I say about it, right? Other than I wish them success. So I'm really glad we checked this out. If you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time. Peace.